What's up, guys? Welcome back to my super dirty painting station. Today I'm going to show you guys a super quick, super easy technique for getting your sand flock on bases covered, because yes, you do need to paint the sand. If you're one of the few that still even uses this stuff, I love this stuff because it's what I've always used on my models. I've only recently started playing around with the technical paints, which I love, like the Agrellan Earth and the Sterling Mud, all that stuff. I love that stuff. It's great. But I still have a lot of armies that are already based like this. So if I add to those armies, I want to keep that basing consistent. So with this, for getting this sand covered, this can be sometimes a pain, but I'm going to show you something that is incredibly simple. The first time I saw a guy in my shop, Gamers Guild here in Spring Lake, North Carolina, do this, I was like, oh my, like, one of the best things I ever learned by accident, hands down. So here comes the simplicity. I'm going to take some Mournfang Brown. These models aren't actually mine. A friend of mine loaned them to me for filming the Rain in Hell solo campaign that I'm working on right now for launch for you guys, that I hope you enjoy, that I hope you go check out at this link right here. He loaned these to me, but the models were painted, but they weren't finished basing yet. So I was like, well, you know what? As a thank you for letting me borrow them, because these things are not cheap, I'll finish out the bases for you. And then I thought to myself, this is also an opportunity to share a useful piece of knowledge. So we're going to put out some of that Mournfang Brown. Again, that's my microwave going off. Sorry about that. You can use whatever color you want to for your bases. I'm using this Mournfang Brown because it more or less matches the way the rest of the army is based. And we want this to be absolute soup. I'm not talking about that nice, milky, thinned down consistency that you hear people talk about. I mean absolute soup. Soup. And then we're going to take that soup and watch what happens here. Let me adjust my light a little bit. I'm going to take that soup, and it's just going to, look at that. It just spreads. Like, there's no brushing it on. You just load up a big brush. Don't come in here with a little dainty tiny detail brush. That's not what we need for this. And look at that. It just spreads itself all the way across. And then done. Done. That's it. I saw him do like, I stood there with my jaw dropped, agape, if you will, and watched him do like 20 of these. Not necessarily the same model, but the guy Darren, who I saw do this the first time, and he was just like it, you know. I was just like, man, how did I not know this? So while I personally am not a fan of group painting, like I like to be in my space, in my little studio space when I paint, it's always worth it, even if you're not going to pull up to the painting table. It's always worth it to stop and watch those guys paint for a second, because there's a good chance you can learn something without ever opening your mouth. And if you're not opposed to group painting, but you're not sitting down at the table, you're just watching them, go ahead and sit down, man. For the most part, Wargamers are a pretty friendly group, and we want you to come be a part of what we're doing, because we want more people involved in the hobby. We want more people painting toy soldiers and building toy soldiers and rolling dice against each other. We want more people doing it. So yeah, that's all I really have to say today. That's just a super quick, super simple technique for getting a lot of bases painted very, very quickly.
Thank you so much for stopping by the channel, spending a little piece of your day with me at my painting table. If you enjoyed the video or if you found it helpful, share it around if you found it helpful. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you'd like to subscribe and hit that notification button, and you'll be aware of whenever I post new content, which I try to do as regularly as my day job will allow me to do. If you would like to support the channel even further, take a look in the description. You'll find links to our Instagram account, as well as the Patreon and the Facebook group. Have a great day. Thank you again so much for stopping by. And as always, may the dice be ever in your favor.